This time we do some of the work we need to do to get this car race ready. So this is the weather we really wanted yesterday. It's a beautiful day today. Yesterday was not so beautiful, and we learned that you really need to adjust your car to a wet setup when you're running a dry setup. Otherwise, as I discovered, you end up facing the wrong direction. Now, the things we have to do now are all on the list that was provided by Brian at BC Motorsports. There's a lot to do, and also the issues we picked up yesterday. Not just the setup, which was my fault, but also there's a fuel pickup issue or a fuel starvation issue when it's under load. Now we think that that's hopefully a cheap fix with a new fuel filter, potentially just to clean out the tank with which might have a lot of gunk in it. If it's not that, then it's going to get a bit more expensive. But let's just hope that it's the cheap option. So I'm going to use a little candle holder from our wedding, which also happens to be a bottle of pasta sauce. I'm going to pour the fuel in there. You can see that look at it. It's like mud coming out of there. Hopefully that's the answer then. I'm going to cut it open just because I'm interested in seeing what's inside it. If you look at the state of this, it's not great. Well, mind you, I haven't opened up many fuel filters, so I'll leave you guys to judge, but I think this is pretty disgusting. Okay, got a pretty frustrating job. Tried to take out the heater matrix without taking out the dash. Couldn't work it out. So dash is coming out, heater matrix is coming out, saving some weight. This is really frustrating now because this one just won't come off. Yes! So you might wonder why I'm retrofitting a non-ABS system onto an ABS car. Well, that's because it's all about regulations here. ABS is not allowed in a race series, so the ABS has to go. Okay, we're downgrading up top and we're removing the ABS. Down here we're upgrading and we're adding some braided brake lines. I expect that the nuts on all of the brake lines are going to be rusted, so I'm going to have to use a bit of heat. Let's have a set parts and anything in the process. If in doubt, use a hammer. Shit. Okay, so there's a bit more fire than I bargained for with heating up the brake lines. That was, of course, all intentional and designed to warn people about the dangers of using a blowtorch to heat things up. So this job, I hope, is going to be a tale of two tools. So you've got the cheap tool here, which I had sitting around, I think when I'd done brake lines before, and it's this sort of tool. You get it online, and pretty much anywhere on eBay sells this. Don't is my personal advice. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there. I'm sure you can watch videos of people making it work. You know, for not a huge amount more money, well, you can get something which is a bit like this, where the box is a bit difficult to open, but I'll cut to a scene where it's magically open and I'll show you. So this is the other tool compared to this one. It is streets apart. I think there are probably better ones you can get professionally and costs hundreds of pounds, but this costs about 40 to 50 pounds. This cost about 15, so this is significantly more expensive, but you know what, the amount of time I wasted with this, for me it's worth it. Okay, so we're going to fill the brake system with fluid now. I've got two tools for the job. One tool is completely useless. So this tool I've just got today, this is filled by compressed air and creates a vacuum and sucks the fluid through. The other tool I have, I'll cut to it, is this tool here. Works really well on my other cars, but it doesn't have a cap that fits on this Mazda, which I found out yesterday. It is working. Let's test the brake pedal. Ah, boom! It's firm. How you like it? Yes. Okay, I've got some lovely wire here. Nothing but the best for the front grille. And I can just trim it to size. This is another detune that we're doing. The airbox can't stay. It's not regulation. So we're having to put the standard airbox back in. Okay, yet another weight saving measure for the track, not for the road. Taking out the power steering pump and the power steering cooler. Okay, the idea here is to make a bracket for the headlamp. Right, unfortunately I bought a set of grommets, and even the largest one is too small for the heater matrix hoses. So I'm going to have to cut myself something out of some plate steel, and we'll just bolt it onto the firewall. Well, you could of course just paint it to give it the corrosion protection, but I think electroplating is a bit more fun. Okay, after all that, the car has been on a diet, and there's quite a lot of weight that we've taken out of the car. So easy, a dog can do it.